So Python programs are a particular type. We have two basic types of languages out there. We have what are called low-level languages and what we call high-level languages. And high and low sort of sound like we're ranking them, but that's not really what it is. High and low refer to how close to the computer's brain does this program actually operate. You see some programs or some programming languages like C++ are compiled, which means you write a program in the C++ language, and then you use a piece of software called a compiler that translates that into the computer's native language, and then it can run. That's what an executable file is. It's a compiled program. If you open the executable file, you'll just see a bunch of gibberish unless you understand the computer's native language, which most of us don't, because it's been compiled, it's been translated from that language. That's a low-level language because the executable file that it produces runs in the computer's native language. Python is a high-level language, meaning that we write our programs in Python. We don't compile them. We just run them, which means that it has to talk to the Python interpreter. It's a program actually called Python that runs on your computer that interprets that code, talks to the computer, and then the results of the program are what we see on the screen. But the Python program always stays written in Python code. It never gets translated to a low-level executable file. There's some benefits to this because compiling a program before you can try it out every single time adds a lot of time. It makes it hard to test things out. With Python, I can write a piece of code, test it, write a piece of code, test it really quick. The trade-off there is that this interpreter, has anybody ever had to talk through an interpreter to somebody who speaks a different language? Or you've probably seen it done, right? You have to pause, right? I'll say a sentence, then I wait for the interpreter, wait for them to respond, they interpret for me, then I can speak. Same thing is happening here. So as you can imagine, this whole process slows down the executable. Is it perceptible to you and me most of the time? No. But if you are creating something in Python that has to run on Google's server in a production environment where it's getting 500 million hits every hour, and that program is running that many times, that little difference in the speed of the execution of the program is huge. So code efficiency is a big deal at a big scale. For this class, we won't even think about it because everything is going to run so fast on your computer, it's going to feel like it's instantaneous, and we won't even notice this. But it's just good to know that that's what it's there. And when somebody refers to Python as a high-level language, that doesn't mean it's like elite status or better than the others, or what it means is that it's high level because we refer to programs as often as a stack where the computer's at the bottom and the layers of stuff that a program has to go through are on top of that. So the high-level language means that the language itself is sort of separated from the computer's brain by these layers of translators and things. So that's just what that means.